Very random, but I thought I'd cover this because this is an actual thing people struggle with, is knowing which protein sources are better. Dal versus chicken. Now, this is not really so much a case of which one is better for weight loss. Both of them are going to be great tools because weight loss obviously comes down to energy, right? Calories. Yes, there's no debating that. But when it comes to, I guess, protein content, yes, there's a bit of a difference. If you are a vegetarian or if you are a vegan, then I wouldn't be concerned about it too much because you're going to have to just make do with dal. I do believe certain types of lentils do have slightly higher protein content, but on a larger scale, it really just comes down to the amino acid profile. Now, not to confuse you, and I don't want to bore you with the details, but ultimately it comes down to the amino acid profile of a protein source, which determines how well used that's going to be in the body. So that's why meat eaters generally have an easier time hitting their protein targets. That's not to say that if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you cannot do it. You absolutely can. But of the amino acids, chicken and generally will have all 9 of the essential amino acids, or the amino acids rather, with the 3 key ones being, I believe, leucine, valine and isoleucine, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the stuff that's lacking, it's the bioavailability that's lacking in vegetarian sources. So the question is which one is better. It's not so much about better, it's about context. If you're looking at the protein content, then yes, chicken obviously will be better. If you're looking at from a caloric point of view and from a health perspective, you could argue either or. I mean, people will probably argue lentils are better, but don't let it discourage you, okay? Don't be discouraged, rather, if you are not a meat eater or if you just don't like eating chicken generally, but you like lentils, you love dal, it's a staple, it's an Asian staple. Carry on with it. I mean, if you really are struggling when it comes to lentils, and have some Greek yogurt with it, have a protein shake with it, something that's going to make it a little bit easier for you to hit your target with. But don't let the fact that you don't like chicken or you can't eat chicken deter you from, I guess, pursuing your goals. Now, yes, protein does have a role to play when it comes to weight loss. As we know, protein has a satiety effect. It kind of keeps you feeling fuller for longer, but it also has what we call the thermic effect. So the thermic effect of a food is the amount of energy that's required for your body to basically break it down. So protein and fiber generally are a bit higher. That's why you never see anybody who has a high fiber, high protein diet overeat or gain weight. Usually they lose weight because they're getting that thermogenesis, and if they're exercising, even better, because they're going to get the repair of damaged muscle tissue. But then they're not going to feel the need to snack. They're not going to feel peckish because they're having a lot of food. And generally what we tend to see with clients is when we get people who increase their protein and fiber, they feel full and they feel like they're overeating, but they're not. It's just that they're feeling a lot fuller. So they don't have or feel the need to snack or eat the usual junk that they normally would. It's a wonderful thing, protein and fiber. So if you want to, I guess, reach your goals, I guess, a little bit faster, then it is in your best interest, regardless of whether it is chicken or lentils, it is in your best interest to do your best to increase protein so that it makes the weight loss process, I guess, a lot easier, because you're going to be filling your stomach up. You'll get an extra caloric burn as well, but due to the fact that you're fuller, you're not going to increase your calories. So that gap normally, those number of calories that you were consuming, which was 300-400 through snacking, that's going to drop. And most people try to go crazy with formulas when it comes to their caloric deficit. But in most cases, it's just a case of reducing your junk food and you'll be able to cut down. So when you are on a journey, and I believe, I do understand, I'm kind of going off topic here a little bit, but when you are starting a journey, rather than looking at, okay, let me create a 500 calorie deficit, just cut out the junk food. Okay, just cut out the junk food and you'll naturally be able to hit a deficit without you forcefully trying to create it through reducing other foods and or exercising, right? So when you begin in your first couple of weeks, audit your nutrition. Okay, keep it simple. I'm telling you what to do. It's what we do with clients. We just get them to reduce their junk food and watch their body pull a little bit away off them in the first stage. Okay, now to not move away too far away from it, but chicken and dal both are fine, but when it comes to protein content, chicken's superior. That's just facts, okay? But you can absolutely still increase your protein intake if you are having dal, if you're observing a vegetarian or vegan diet, you absolutely still can. But just word the question a bit differently, I guess, because I got asked this on the Instagram, in the Instagram DMs. Okay, so any questions about that, do let me know. I will try to keep these podcasts in video format as much as I can, because some people, I don't know, they just like the visual aspect of it, so I'll do my best to kind of pump more content out. But hopefully this helped a little bit. And if you've got any questions at all, drop me a comment below in the comment section, or if you're listening to this in the podcast, then just follow up. I mean, there's a Q&A section, I believe, in the Apples for those Apple listeners, or just reach out on Instagram with a DM, and I'll be more than happy to help. Catch you folks in the next one.